What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. So most of you guys know about Donald Glover. He is the popular actor, producer. He is the creator of the Atlanta TV series. We know that because Kevin Samuels was on, I believe, one of the last episodes of Atlanta. And he's also known as Childish Gambino. Nobody will deny that he's a little weird, but the guy is talented. He's the kind of guy in the black community that comes up from our community, and he is a producer. He adds to the bottom line. And every society likes people like Donald Glover. And in fact, we don't like him, we love him. He creates opportunities for everybody. People want to invest in a guy like this because he's a creative. Not just a creative in the arts, but you have guys who are good like this in the healthcare industry. You have guys who are good like this in tech. You have guys who are good like this in engineering. There's a lot of guys that just know how to get stuff done, whether it's the blue collar guys or white collar guys. But then, you know, we're just going to be real and be honest. Guys like Childish Gambino, Michael B. Jordan, when they're young and they're coming up, you know, in the black community, especially amongst African Americans, it's not really respected to be competent. Let me take that back. It's respected to be competent if you're tall, good looking, funny, and smart. But if you tend not to be those things, life is a little egregious in black America, depending on where you live. Now, Childish Gambino, as we know, he doesn't have a black woman. He has a white woman. And it's interesting because this post on his page called Media Man, it talked about Childish Gambino because some black woman put up a post about, you know, the fact that she can't look at him the same way because he's now with a white lady. So let me kind of read the post below it. And so it says this: before y'all start talking about Childish Gambino and how woke he is, remember this. Now, he might make some comments on, you know, what's going on in black America or racism, which is typically true of a lot of entertainers like Jamie Foxx. But this person goes like this: I can't look at Donald Glover the same way. I always knew he was problematic, but I allowed him, now I can't. Now, this person also, Media Man, posted this: I don't forget shit. Y'all would rather argue instead of admitting that Donald Glover was never your type to begin with. It doesn't make him less woke because he's with a white woman. The show Atlanta is still good. So now, here's what we're dealing with, right? You know, some guys talk about racism, white supremacy, end up being with somebody that's not black. But the big question in the room is, no matter how woke he is or how woke he isn't, fundamentally what we're dealing with is the fact that you wouldn't want to deal with him anyway. Let's just be honest. Let's look at Childish Gambino. Some of his ways are very unorthodox. In some ways, for most black women, it could be very unmasculine. But now that the guy is who he is and he's super successful, now you don't look at him the same way because the woman that he's dating is not black. Well, then my question is, why? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, right? Black women in America, when they look for masculinity, what they're looking for many times is the physicality. How big a man is, how good he looks, his height, muscles, charisma. All those things are great because men judge women on the same thing. But masculinity is not something that's physical. It is part of it. Most of masculinity is mental. It's discipline. It's building. It's overcoming obstacles. It's producing. It is making your situations better. It is making society better. It is serving people. Now, here's what happens. a lot of black women in our community, when they deal with what they think masculinity is, and then when that masculinity doesn't return back to results, and most women get screwed by that, by, you know, certain boyfriends they have, or just, you know, certain things like, you know, like preachers, certain people in the Pan-African community, some people in the pro-black community, however you want to see. So when they find out that these guys are not producers, then they go and look for the producers. And the real producers have already left the building. Because to be a real producer and to be a real man, a lot of times, guys, it's not exciting. It's boring. That's why you have guys like, let's say, Shaquille O'Neal, guys who invest, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates. His favorite stock is waste management. You know what? Waste management is a boring business. It's not exciting like Tesla. It's not exciting like some of these tech stocks, right? But it is a productive business. That's what masculinity is. Masculinity is like the train that just keeps on going and it just keeps producing. That's masculinity. And it's so boring for certain ladies that they don't get it. But the other ladies believe it's boring too. They just understand that's what it takes. He's a man who's a builder. It takes time. He's the kind of guy that's going to make my life easier. So I'm going to get on the ride with him while he's building this train. Kevin Samuels had a saying that said, we're building the plane as we are flying it. That's what masculinity takes. It's showing up every day. It's doing the same thing every day. But a lot of women in our community have not been taught that it is the struggles of a man to make life easier for you. Instead of just saying, I'm going to wait there at the finish line and pick a guy when he gets there. And then by that time, that guy has a lot more opportunities than you think he does. And he's not with the black woman. So then what do you got? What do you have to say there? Then he comes back and what he does is actually pretty funny. He comes back and, you know, sells your culture back to you in your face, and you watch it, and he has the wire girl take some money back home too. Okay? This is the situation here. And it's not uncommon. You're going to keep seeing this you know, all around the world. You're going to keep seeing this, especially in Black America. Guys are going to come back and monetize, typically from Black America, with their talent. Now, you like the show, you don't mind watching it, but the problem is the guy is not with a black woman. It's not a man that you would have found sexy or attractive in the first place, but now you have an issue with him. And this is no different, guys, than what we see all across Black America. It's what we've been seeing all the time. It's what we see with guys like Travis Scott. Andre 3000 is now with a non-black woman. You know, Jay Ellis from Insecure. That was the latest one. You see all of that, like he had to even turn off his Instagram comment. But now, before Jay Ellis blossomed to a guy you thought that was going to be somebody, and you now find him to be sexually attractive, where were you then? You're not there when the guys are not becoming anything. For a lot of ladies, you're there once they become something, and you feel entitled to their efforts. Is a black man entitled to your efforts if he's not there? No, you would look at us as being ridiculous. See, if black men start to be entitled to black women's efforts, why is she not with us? Black women tell you it real quick. I don't owe you nothing. You ain't helped me do nothing. Shh, you better get the fuck out of here. But see, the difference is, if you do it, it's a problem. And that's the fundamental things. A lot of women gonna have to change what their attraction is to attract the builder guys and not the hyper masculine guys. Brothers, what do you think? It's your boy Shady Jackson. I'm out. Peace.